Greetings. So today
Greetings.
for Teacher Moves, I'm going to have our guest introduce himself. And for Teacher Moves, we're going to talk about ways that people move through education. So let's start off. Introduce yourself.
All right, thank you. Pleasure to be here with you, Ms. Blocker. My name is Damon Jones. I'm one of the professional development specialists in the Office of Performance of Learning and Leadership in Prince George's County Public Schools, and happy to be here with you.
Thanks. Now I want you to tell me, how did you get started in education?
Okay. I got started in education in 1997, and I started in Prince George's County Public Schools actually as a long-term substitute teacher. I recently graduated from the University of Maryland College Park in 1996, and I was always interested in teaching or interested in going into that field. So I figured, let me try it out for a little bit as a substitute. So that was somewhat of my student teaching, and just decided to developed a passion for it, and I wanted to make a career out of it. So now, 21, 22 years later, I'm still in the field of education, and fortunately still with Prince George's County Public Schools.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about teacher moves. How have you moved since your beginning as a substitute? How have you moved, developed yourself, made changes in your career since then until now?
Okay. Well, as starting out as a substitute, I realized that I definitely needed more. I definitely needed more knowledge and training about the pedagogy of teaching, as well as the content of the curriculum that I was teaching. So, for example, I started out in special education, and I had a focus in mathematics on the secondary level. I started working at Charles Carroll Middle School, but I had to reach number one, my state requirements to receive a certification. So I did enroll myself into two local universities. One was Howard University, which actually had a program for African American males that were interested in teaching, and it provided us with 18 credits towards our state certification. So then I was responsible for finding the or for funding the other 18 credits because I was not an education major in undergrad. I did have to take roughly about 36 to 39 credits in special education. So fortunately, I finished my special education coursework at Trinity University, and I then pursued a education administration degree at Trinity, because I found out about the master's program while I was pursuing my teaching certification classes. So I just continued on with Trinity. I did receive my master's in education administration in 2003, and then I applied that to pursuing a job in school administration, and I became an assistant principal in May of 2005, and began working at Fort Ford Elementary School for 5 years, and then Coolidge High School for 2 years in the District of Columbia. When I came back to Prince George's County, I furthered my training with our current office, which used to be called the Office of Talent Development, and I received several trainings regarding working on workplace culture. So I became a certified strength coach through Gallup, also became a facilitator with Arbinger, and fortunately, I was able to be enrolled again in a program at Howard University to receive a doctorate in education administration. So now I am at the ABD status, where all but dissertation. So that's my goal now to finish out and complete the degree with Howard University.
Okay. So once you get your doctorate, what's your doctorate going to be in? What's your
Um, in education administration, education leadership. Yes.
and where do you want that to take you? Where do you see yourself going?
I really well, one, I currently really love my current job and the work that we do, and particularly the people that I work with in the office and work for that we serve. So, I would like to apply and I guess refine my skills in my current position, but I'm also very interested to see how some of the training that I've learned. While I've been on the central office level, how I can apply that potentially as a school principal. I have had the privilege of being an assistant principal, but not a school principal. So I would like to know how my advanced training in FFT and Gallup and in Arbinger would parlay into being a better school administrator to serve our students in Prince George's.
All right. That's pretty much it. Thank you
Okay.
so much for being a guest on
All
Teacher Move.